Hello and welcome to Unclecthulu Reviews. This is part 2 of my Strontium Dog, the Good, the Bad and the Muty review. It was going to be all one part, but what happened was my tablet ran out of storage halfway through the review of the box, and I didn't want to do it all again because this is the first time I've opened the box, and as you can see in part 1 I was taking off the cellophane. So I'm going to pick back up with part 2. And I've got the scenario booklet to go, the MDF terrain and the rule book itself. So without further ado, here is the scenario booklet. So the scenario booklet itself, there's that back so I've got a bit of space. As you can see, it is just thin. The rule book is in there as well. So the scenario booklet is introducing the miniatures which are in the box. So you've got the Search and Destroy Agency there, Johnny, Wolf and the Gronk. So Search and Destroy Agency, so they are bounty hunters and they are after outlaws. And SD, that's where they got the Strontium dog name from. So the Strontium element in the background creates the mutants. And it being 2000 AD, the mutants get pretty crazy. So they're actually looking relatively stable for mutants, but I remember like mutants with faces for knees, and yeah, the 2000 AD guys really let themselves be imaginative. So yes, here we go. Scenario number 1, which is the good. So I think it's starting to introduce basic rules, and it's looking like you're using maybe a 3 foot by 3 foot board there. You can see on the setup there. Scenario 2, the bad. I guess I know what scenario 3 is going to be called. I'm using some artwork out of the 2000 AD there. I think I remember reading the this gang from Megazine reprint. And yeah, there's the muty. So scenario 3 scenarios there, and a wee bit extra. So you got an extra scenario, which is a Hell World, which introduces some of the new miniatures which are going to be released separately outside of the box, which is a Weird Gang, who I think are rogue Strontium dog agents. So that's pretty cool. And on the back there, an overview of the game turn, nice and clear. So that's like it'll be useful. And the boxes have the width of MDF, so we have a really packaged Sarissa set, the Solar Farm. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the smell of MDF. So yeah, the Solar Farm. Now this is a pretty interesting piece which is going to be in the box. I've also got some fairly generic post-apocalyptic stuff, kind of like Mad Max stuff going on that I've collected. So this will be a dual usage. Now working with MDF, it's quite daunting about making it look 3D, making it look good. So actually War Games Illustrated last month and this month, so that's July and August, has a couple of articles in about working with MDF, using spray paints, weathering it up. So I'm looking forward to jumping into this. I'm not going to open this just now, but there will be a follow-up on this in a month's time, which is a month later, what did I do with the box. And then finally there's a Strontium dog rulebook. So weighing in at over 100 pages, that's quite a nice wee tome. It's full colour throughout there. I'll actually start at the back because it's easier for me to flick back to front and see what's in the book. So what do I think of the book? So full colour. Oh, there you go, 110 pages. It looks like extra cards in the back. Chicanery and armory cards. So, scenarios, campaigns at the back. Injury. Oh, grudge points as well. That's pretty cool. What else? There you go, campaigns. So using those special symbols on the dice there. quite like. Oh, that's really nice. That they've done like a comic book strip using the miniatures. Oh, there you go. There's the guy I was on about with his face for a knee, and I think that might be Durham Red in the back there. Bits out the comic books. Different jobs, search and destroy. That must be scenarios, stats for people. I expect mutant gangs, robots, creating scenarios. Oh, different mutations. Alright, so yeah, creating your own characters, which is pretty cool. Because yeah, I've seen Warlord Games are going to be doing a blister pack of metal models with different mutations you can swap around on them. Because as you can see there, it is a world of mutants. I think all the mutants are sent off-world from Earth into space. Certainly in the Megsits, mutants aren't allowed. And I know there was some crossovers between Johnny Alpha and Judge Dredd. So that's some characters from the comics, I'm going to presume. So yeah, that's really nicely presented. The sticks. Oh, there you go. There's a weird gang. Oh yeah, the name's Kid Knee. Search Destroy Agent. I'm taking you all in, dead or alive. So yeah, so that's a really nice looking book. This will be into the rules. It's a full colour. I look forward to having a read through that. Playing some games. Oh, there's a flick by a better picture of the terrain there. Oh, I've lost it now. So yeah, so it's looking like an impressive box. Certainly, I know there was some chat on the Unlucky Frog podcast about starter sets and different companies doing starter sets. I think Warlord Games is one of those companies that's consistently been good at producing starter sets for their different rules. Oh, there you go, the credits at the front. So game design, Andy Chambers and Gav Thorpe. Yeah, two great game designers there. Andy Chambers, I think, did Battlefleet Gothic, one of my favourite games of all time. So yeah, so overall, what do I think about Strontium Dog? What I've seen, really impressed by it. I think the MDF terrain is going to make it look pretty good. Miniatures look really nice and detailed to get painted up. Now I do have a lot on my plate at the moment with the hobby. So I've got the Song of Ice and Fire Kickstarter in, finishing off an IDNF Deacon army, got Napoleonic stuff coming for the great game, what we replayed next year. But actually 8 models and some MDF. I'll probably be able to knock them out in a week or so. And being a skirmish game, I can probably throw in a couple of fast games. Certainly there's a lot to be excited about there and a lot to do. So yeah, so that's been my review and box opening of Strontium Dog, The Good, The Bad and The Muty starter set. As I said, I am setting up a Facebook page for Unclecthulu reviews, so I can keep everything all at once and maybe do a few updates. You can chat to us, maybe ask us some questions. If you want me to look at anything or think about it, I'm happy to do so. I've also got my commissioned some great art for the page as well. So I've got an Unclecthulu piece of artwork for the page, which I'll be showing off later on today. But thank you for watching. Like I say, get in contact if you've got any questions, you've got any thoughts, any comments, any things you'd like to say. I look forward to hearing from them. But thanks again, and I'll see you again.